Food stylist and a not so glamorous sounding home economist, and I'm also a recipe and food writer. So basically I work with anything to do with food in the media, and there we go. I see myself as a little bit of a domestic goddess as well, and I like nothing better than a bit of multitasking. So I'm going to make myself feel right at home and do a little bit of cooking with all you friendly people here. So the recipe I'm going to cook is called, if I can say it, chewy chili chocolate chit chat cookies. So they're all the ingredients. Now, when I try and explain to people what a food stylist is, they suddenly go, "Oh my God, you're that girl who makes the burger look amazing on the hot food menu in the takeaway, and when we actually get the food, it looks nothing like it." So, yeah, that's me. So I spend, obviously it is the same burger, but I spend hours eyeing up beautiful tomatoes in the supermarket and sifting through burger buns to find the best one. It's a bit like X Factor for food. So I'm never going to get a job in a cafe or a takeaway because it takes so long to assemble things. I'm always faffing about with sandwiches, putting bits of cardboard on the bread so it doesn't curl up in the heat under the lights, and stuffing kitchen paper in the back of the sandwich because I'm really only concerned about the front. Putting flour and ketchup so that the water doesn't leach out of the edges. Hand rolling sausages, anybody? So other crazy things that I do are making carrots look beautiful. So I've taken the tops off the carrots, scrubbed the carrots clean, made the tops a bit shorter because they were going out of shot, cut a hole in the top of the carrots, stuffed the beautiful looking fronds back in, and there you go. Okay, so anything with a skin, like a chicken or a sausage, is going to wrinkle when you cook it. So I just power cook it and then put a bit of gunky brown stuff on. It looks a little bit fake there still, but by the time it's under camera, I've got it looking beautiful with natural burnt bits, cooked herbs, etc. And there's a bit of chicken with having a bit of a nip and tuck. Okay, so ice cream. Now in this case, ice cream isn't the product being advertised, so I was allowed to use fake ice cream. So I make fake ice cream with crazy things like lard and all sorts of other secret ingredients I'm not going to tell you about. But that shot took about 8 hours to make that one cone. So as you can imagine, you go a bit crazy by the end of the day, hence the other photo. Okay, so this is where I am with the cookies. Well, actually, I'm a little bit further, but when I was testing this recipe, I always try to make them perfect. So when I'm testing a recipe, I check for things like timing, temperatures, descriptions, etc. Sorry, move on to the next one quickly. Back to the kit box. So I rock up for work looking like a Bond girl with my kit box, is she a makeup artist? And then it bursts open and all these utensils fly out. Things like necessities like plasters, burnies, water spritzer to give dewy drops on lettuce leaves, tweezers for poking food around, lighter fluid for taking stickers off, props, glycerine to make things look beautiful and shiny, of course the paint stripper as a grill, health and safety regulations all broken with using the ring of a cooker as a little grill on the pizza when it's under camera for that bubbly cheese. Okay, I call this image hot rocks and tampons. This is how I make steam. So a tampon is great because it's a really compact piece of cotton wool. Stick it in the microwave with some water and it holds the heat for a really long time. Rocks, stick them in the oven 2 to 3 hours, shove them onto your sprouts, bit of water on top, perfect. Okay, so this is where we are with the cookies. So people always ask me, can I actually cook? Yes, of course I can. It's the foundation of everything that I do. So I've learned lots about cooking from working on cookery programs with celebrity chefs, which moves on nicely to a bit of celebrity chef gossip that I have. For example, James Martin didn't have that affair with Camilla. James calls Anthony Royal Thompson a squash bee gee. Gordon Ramsay is actually a pussycat. Neville Maguire is sometimes called the Daniel O'Donnell of cooking, and Ainsley, yeah, he really is like that in real life. So I've worked for about 10 years on Really Steady Cook. Here's some behind the scenes snaps. That's where the chefs actually cook. Not that glamorous. That bin catches the water into the sink. It always overflowed on us. And no, the chefs don't know what's in the bag. Other cookery program images coming up now. And So there's this recent trend to have lots of chefs running around in the background of cookery programmes. It's usually me, a home ec, and a team of assistants, hence the dressed in the chef's whites, so I just blend in. Also in cookery programmes, recipes are filmed through twice. The presenter does it once and then also a close-up on the food. So lots of times it's actually my hands doing the food in the programme. And for continuity's sake, I end up taking lots of these crazy photos of equipment and food. Another thing about programmes is that I get through tons and tons of food. These truffles are probably shopped for and prepped 6 or 7 times. Truffle mixture, rolled balls, chilled balls, balls covered in chocolate. So basically all this sounds very glam, all this talk of food styling, celebrities, but actually this is my reality. Constantly being followed around by boxes of food and equipment, exploding everywhere. My car that's been dubbed the urban tractor, and usually the end result is all of this equipment exploding in all over my house at the end of a big job. So this just about answers your question of what happens to the food at the end of a job. Of course, the crew all dive in, unless, of course, the food has been sitting around for hours and it can't be eaten. You might recognise this turkey from Kirsty's Homemade Christmas. That had to get chucked out, but it had 2 or 3 body doubles, so we got to eat a little bit of turkey. Okay, so we've come to almost to the end of my cookie making. And I was testing these all week and I had hundreds of disaster cookies, so I've been eating cookies all week. They're delicious, sandwiched together with ice cream in the middle, really yummy. And coming up in a sec is the finished shot of the cookies. In the industry we call it the hero shot, the glory shot, the money shot, and thanks to M&S, food porn. So thanks a million guys for listening. I just want, if I can get 4 people from each side to come down, there's a box at the bottom, and for everybody I've got a, let me think, chewy chocolate Chit Chat cookie!